students, let's discuss the next topic of software quality management, that is software quality reviews. So reviews are very much important in maintaining the quality of a software by the developing organization. The software review basically is a systematic inspection of a software by one or more individuals who are working together on that particular software to find and resolve the errors and defects in the software during the early stages of the development life cycle. Now, when we talk about the objectives of the software review, first is to improve the productivity of the development team. Naturally, whenever a review or the inspection is being conducted, then some improvements are being suggested to the team who is working on the project, so the productivity of the development team increases. Second objective is to make the testing process time and cost more effective. Naturally, if the review will be conducted and the suggestions will be given how to improvise the processes, so next time if similar type of projects are being built, then the time and cost will be reduced. Next objective is to make the final software with fewer number of defects, and finally to eliminate the inadequacies. Now there are various types of reviews. One is software peer review. Basically, peer review, it is the process of assessing the technical content and the quality of the product by the author along with some other developers in their peer group itself. So the peer group works on this. So it is performed in order to examine or resolve the defects in the software, whose quality is also checked by the other members of the same team. So it is being checked by the peer group. So peer reviews can be of various types. One is code review. Here what it is done, the source code is basically examined in a systematic way to see whether there are any errors, any syntactical errors or logical errors, or maybe any kind of error, comments and all are missing. So code review is one type of review that is done by the peer group. Then is pair programming. Again, it is a kind of code review where two developers develop the code together and at the same platform, and then the efficiency is analyzed. Then is walkthrough. In this, the members of the development team is guided by the author and other interested parties, and then the participants are free to ask the questions and write down the comments about the defects. Then comes the technical review. Here the highly qualified individuals are there who examine the software product for its clients' usage and identifies if there are any technical defects as per the standards or specifications given by the user. Next is inspection. So in case of inspection, there is a well-defined process that is to be followed to find the defects. Now comes software management review. Basically, it evaluates the work status, and in this section the decisions regarding the downstream activities are taken. The name itself tells you software management reviews. That means the reviews that are being conducted by the management to see whether there are any deviations or ineffective usage of resources, or maybe the time and the budget is not as per the standards given or as per the specifications given by the client. Then comes software audit review. Basically, it is a type of external review where the external members are involved, in which one or more critics, naturally external members are involved, so they are not part of the development team, organize an independent inspection of the software product and its processes to assess their compliance with the stated specification and standards. So generally these are managerial people, and they are technically sound of the things that they are going to audit. So audit is generally conducted by special people, third party people who were not involved in the development of the software earlier. Now, what are the advantages of software reviews? Basically, the advantages are, if even peer group is reviewing the things, then also the defects can be identified at an early stage of the software development, so that if they are identified at the end of the development process, then the rectifications and corrections which will require much more effort and cost and time. Then comes earlier inspection also reduces the maintenance cost of the software. Again, at the time of maintenance, the maximum effort is required. Why? Because the modules and the regression testing and everything has to be done. So, it reduces the maintenance cost also. It can be used to train the technical authors. Sometimes these reviews helps in training also. The people who have joined new in the organization and they are under training can also become a part of this review team and learn how the things are to be done. It can be used to remove process inadequacies that encourage the defects. So, continuous process improvement can also be implemented by the reviews. Now, one important topic is formal technical review. Basically, it is a software quality control activity that is performed by the software engineers. So, the name itself tells you formal technical review. That means a review that is being conducted in a formal manner, and technical evaluations of all the processes being used in developing the project or the product is performed. So, the objective of formal technical reviews are, it is useful to uncover errors in logic, function and implementation of the software. The purpose of FTR is to verify that the software meets all the specified requirements written in the SRS or as provided by the end user. It ensures that software is presented according to predefined standards. It helps to review the uniformity in software, that is development in a uniform manner. The development should not be in a haphazard order, it should be in a uniform, standardized manner. And it helps in making the project more manageable. Now, when formal technical review meeting is being conducted, there are certain guidelines for that. First of all, involvement of people. Generally, between 3 to 5 people should be the member of the review team, and they require advanced preparation, but it should be very short. At most 2 hours of work for person should be given. 2 hours should be given to each person to work upon the project. The short duration of the meeting should be less than 2 hours, and these constraints basically depend upon the type of project and the complexity of the project that is being evaluated under the review. At the end of the review, all the attendees of this meeting must decide what has to be done, what is the final decision, like acceptance of the product without any modifications or rejection of the project due to some errors or incorrect specifications, or acceptance of the product provisionally. Maybe there are certain minor errors that can be corrected and no additional review is required. So, final decision has to be taken by the review team after the meeting. Now, let's see what is the difference between technical review and an inspection. First of all, the technical review, it determines the suitability. That means the quality of being right of a work product for its intended use. On the other hand, the software inspection says that it also determines the suitability, that is the quality of being right of a product for its intended use, but besides this it also searches for anomalies. That means any unexpected results by examination by the inspectors. Then comes in technical review, minimum of 2 persons are required to work upon, and each of them perform different roles. And the scope, since the scope is different, additional persons like customer representatives or management people can also participate. Fine. Whereas in case of inspection, additional roles that are required are the are that of the author and the reader. So their roles are separated and explicitly mentioned, and they cannot be clubbed together or performed by a single person. The inputs in case of technical review are most similar to that of the inspection only. So it is needed to be observed that checklists are not mentioned or not required, whereas in case of inspection, all the reporting forms, hardware performance data, inspection checklist, all the additional inputs, they are also optional, but it is recommended that it should always involved in the inspection. So output, you can say that action item list and a record of the technical review are the only two outputs that are being generated by the after conducting the formal technical reviews. Whereas in case of inspection, there is a formal inspection report comprising of defect summary or list of defects if found, along with its classification priority, and the main emphasis is only on providing a standard output of errors that were found and might allow statistical evaluations also. So these were all the general types of reviews and their importance in maintaining the quality of a software product. Thank you so much.